A Trump administration will end this nightmare of violence. We will protect American lives. We will cancel all federal funding to sanctuary cities.
President-elect Donald Trump promising to deport millions of criminal illegal aliens out of the gate and to strip funding from sanctuary cities, municipalities that refuse to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel and other liberal leaders already drawing a line in the sand.
To be clear about what Chicago is, it always will be a sanctuary city.
So we've put some real limitations on how we deal with federal immigration authorities.
I'm underscoring the fact Portland is not going to backtrack on our values. We will remain open, we will remain welcoming, and we're going to remain safe.
We have to be seen as a protector and not a deporter.
Political strategist at Schoen Consulting, Jessica Tarlov, joins me, along with Bernard McGurk from Imus in the Morning and co-host of the Bernie and Sid radio show. So, Jessica, my assessment is that these guys are just trying to make a name for themselves and stand up to Trump, trying to boost fundraising and mobilize people. But I don't think that's going to go very well, because if they want a war with Trump, he'll give them a war.
Oh, I'm sure he will. But I think they're also trying to protect millions of people who are in this country. Yes, illegally, but huge majority, not
They're
criminals.
trying to protect criminal illegal aliens within
No,
their
they're not. Well,
municipalities?
what's tricky about the wording that Trump's been using and people around him is they've changed it from people who have been convicted, which Barack Obama's deported 530,000 of people who've been convicted since 2013. He's changed it to suspected. And that's where I think liberals are having the freak out.
So if some illegal alien is charged with rape and they're being held, these cities don't want to tell the feds that this alleged rapist and criminal illegal alien is in their possession.
Because it would be racist, Jesse, if they did that. No, listen, look, Obama deported 2.5 million illegals
in total
in 7 years. That doesn't include his 8th year. 2.5 million, and they were criminal illegal aliens. That's what Donald Trump wants to do, and he wants to get at them in these sanctuary cities. So these guys are grandstanding exactly what they're doing. That smug little weasel, Rahm Emanuel, he callously turns his back to all the violence that occurs in Chicago, and these criminal illegal aliens prey on working class and poor people, not on the people in his neighborhood where he doesn't care. If all that crime was happening in his neighborhood, I guarantee he'd do something.
Jessica, he makes a good point, because you have the south side of Chicago just being decimated by violence, and he doesn't seem that enthusiastic about tamping that down. But on the other hand, out of the jump, he's out there standing up for criminal illegal aliens within Chicago. What about the south side?
Oh, I think that they're both critically important. I agree. I think it's a false equivalence to say you can, he's just choosing this over that.
I haven't seen a lot of energy on the cleaning up of the south side.
Listen, I think it's hugely important, especially when we're having a conversation about criminal justice reform and moving forward. And we have, Donald Trump's New Deal for Black America, which I think we should be paying attention to and seeing what progress we can make in those areas, enterprise zones, et cetera.
What I find funny is that when the left disobeys the feds, whether it's on weed or sanctuary cities, that's considered righteous protest and dissent. But when Republicans do it on voter IDs or baking wedding cakes, they're
not baking wedding cakes. You guys won't bake anything for the gays.
They're considered treasonous haters, and then they get sued. I mean, which one is it? You either obey the feds or you disobey. You guys always come out on the side of Jesus.
Complete double standard. You're exactly right. And by the way, you played a clip of Bill de Blasio there. Yeah. That guy still, it needs to be pointed out every time you see his mush, is that he never apologized for the rhetoric that he exhibited, that he used leading up to the assassination of 2 cops. He never apologized for that. They should always be pointed out. He's under a cloud of corruption for wrongdoing in New York City, and now he's threatening to more illegality, defying the federal government on these sanctuary cities.
Do you think this continues to hurt the Democrat brand by siding against law enforcement and siding with the criminals?
Well, again, I think that the issue here is maybe semantics, but I think that liberals generally, and listen, I've always felt like we should do something about sanctuary cities, at least have a more constructive conversation. But yes, I think if we don't kind of go along with the law and order thing, when the map lit up red, it lit up red for a reason. And part of it was that Hillary Clinton was not the most gifted candidate, though I think she would have been an amazing president. And yes, I'm doing fine, in case you were concerned about my mental health.
How have you been? Have you been okay?
My safe space has been fantastic. My parents have been wonderful. They said, we survived, Vietnam. We made it through Reagan. You're going to be okay, kiddo. So we're all good. But no, I think that if we continue to kind of turn our backs to the arguments that won this election, I think we'll be in trouble. And we were just talking about it. Bill Maher this week, the week after the election on his show, said that liberals were going to lose if we don't fix PC culture issues and our relationship with Islam.
Yeah.
And that is what you saw a lot of in this election.
And then bottom line is these sanctuary cities are deadly. People die. It happened in San Francisco. It's happened
yes,
many
these are
times
outlier
across the
cases,
country.
though.
Hey, listen, if you can protect one life, you should
Right.
do whatever you can.
Those were major crimes, but there were minor crimes that are occurring in these poor and working class neighborhoods, and these people want to ignore it. It's about the criminals is what Trump is going to focus on, which Obama did for 7 years.
The bad hombres.
The bad dudes.
We want to get the bad hombres out of here.
I'm
all
glad
right?
bad hombres has been dumped from the Trump lexicon. I'm sure it'll be back for inauguration.
No, now it's just bad dudes. Coming up. What's better than leftover turkey in college football? A Waters World Thanksgiving quiz. Stay tuned. What do you think was on the menu at the first Thanksgiving?
Maybe meat.
Maybe wild turkeys, pheasants.
Wild turkey like the drink?
No, that probably would have made the dinner a whole lot better, though.